Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Orange County Department of Education Virtual College Fair. We have a really great lineup of institutions for you to hear from this evening to talk a little bit about hospitality and tourism and what their institutions have to offer. But before I turn it over to them, I do have a couple of housekeeping items for you all. First, this is a webinar, so your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you this evening. But they do know that you're going to have some questions, and certainly they want to address any questions that you have. So at any point during this presentation, feel free to use the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen to type out your question, but also type in the college or university that you're directing your question to so that they can answer most appropriately. This is also a really fun way to learn about colleges that you've heard of before, but also explore colleges and universities that maybe you hadn't heard of before or don't know much about. So we hope that you'll sign up for additional sessions. There are 2 more hours after this happening this evening, and you still have time to sign up. This is being recorded this evening and will be available for playback at strivescan.com/COSI. So now we'll start off with our first presenter. I'm going to turn it over to EHL Switzerland. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniel Flores, and I'm the Senior Recruitment Officer for EHL, based in Lausanne and Singapore. So we go by 3-2-1 model, and the 3 is actually what's on your screen. We have 3 different campuses. On the left-hand side is going to be Lausanne, Switzerland, in the French-speaking part. On the right-hand side is Passau, Switzerland, in the middle is Passau, Switzerland, and on the right is Singapore. First thing to note, the program is taught entirely in English. You do not need to know the local language. Now, the 2 are for the different pathways. We offer a professional pathway for people keen into culinary arts and spas, hotels as well. And then we offer an academic pathway for people that are more keen into business, but still want the hotel side or aspect to it, which leads us to our 1. We offer 1 bachelor's degree, and it's a Bachelor's of Science in International Hospitality Management. Now, I want to make one thing clear. Hospitality is not just hotels and restaurants. Once again, hospitality is not just hotels and restaurants. This is the service industry, which is 1 in 10 jobs globally. Honestly, if you hate people, this is a terrible industry to be in. But if you love people, it's a great way for you to make a career out of being yourself. So as far as some quick highlights about EHL, there are a lot of firsts. We are ranked as the world's #1 hospitality and leisure management program 3 years in a row. We are also the world's first hotel school. We started off in 1893. We're also the first school to ever have a Michelin star training restaurant, and we were the first school to have Swiss and American accreditation. So definitely a lot of things to have pride in. On campus, this is our dress code. We wear suits every single day. The whole point is to prepare you for the real world. We have over 120 nationalities, so this is a truly international school. About 3,300 undergrad students, 3,700 total students. Now, as far as what the campuses look like, Passau, which is perched right in the mountains in Passau, Switzerland, is a very boutique style campus. This actually used to be a hotel, and we repurposed it to be a school. This is where you would be going if you're focused more into culinary arts, but also if you want things to do over the weekend. You have skiing, snowboarding, you also have mountain, you could do hiking. You also have over 30 medical spas and about a 30-minute drive. So there's definitely a lot to do here, and it's more on the relaxing side. Now, if you want something a little bit more fast-paced, we have our university-style campus in Lausanne. This is our main hub. Very modern, very minimalistic, very sustainable. We have 2 brand new apartment complexes, 3 brand new dorms, and what you see on your screen will be the sports facility. We're going to have an indoor gym, indoor pool, indoor spa, and also a lot more food court services. So the whole point was to provide you a lot more amenities while you're on campus. And also, if you wanted to live in the city center, also very, very close. The beautiful thing about being in Lausanne is you're a 50-minute train ride from Geneva, and in a 3-hour flight, you're in up to 36 different countries. So when you listen to Everybody's Schools Today too, also think about what do you want to do outside of the academics? What can you do on the weekend so that way you can make the most out of your college experience? Now, also, if you ever saw yourself working in Asia, traveling to Asia, or even just getting some experience within Asia, we have our campus in Singapore. This is the business hub of Asia. In addition, in a 3-hour flight, you're in up to 18 different countries. So if you want to go to Bali, if you want to go to Phuket, you can do that over the weekends. This also used to be an old British boarding house, and then we repurposed it to be a campus, and we welcomed our first intake about a month ago. So one thing I always recommend for anybody who's looking into programs is look at what you're studying. This is what you're doing. You want to make sure that you're excited about it. So in the first 6 months of our program, you switch off courses and what we call workshops every single week. You're making chocolates, making pastries, drinking wine, making cocktails. Then you clean toilets, you make beds, you learn French, you visit an eat out of 3 Michelin star restaurant. We're teaching you about service skills, because service is not something that you read about in a book. You have to give it, receive it, experience it, feel it, create it. You're doing that with your own hands for 6 months in Lausanne. And then you continue that for another 6 months in your internship, and we offer them worldwide. So in your first year of college, you can be up to 2 countries, not including weekend trips. After that, you have 3 semesters where you do business courses, hospitality courses, and language courses. We offer German, French, Russian, Mandarin, Spanish. Why is that important? Because if you're looking to work in a global industry, you need to know multiple languages. So we want to prep you for that. In addition, with the European structure, we teach you something so you can apply it immediately in the real world. So after those 3 semesters, you have your second 6-month internship worldwide. Then you come back and you have advanced management theory courses, leadership and elective courses, and then you actually finish off the program being a consultant. You solve a problem for a real company, either by yourself, with up to 5 other people. You decide, hey, you know what? I want to start my own business. You can do the student entrepreneurship project, and we have a startup incubator on campus, or you can do a research thesis. No matter what you choose, you have at least 1 expert coach guiding you the entire way, and you present this to your entire graduating class. This is what leads us to have 96% of our students get a job within 6 months, and that's the highest of any school offering this program. Now, once again, hospitality is not just hotels and restaurants. Under 50% of our alumni go into the traditional hospitality realms, so banqueting, events, catering, hotels, restaurants. Then after that, it's business, banking, accounting, NGOs, education, healthcare, health and beauty, retail, real estate. We have over 30,000 alumni working in over 150 countries. That's my time up. We are on Common App, and we do accept FAFSA, and I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daniel, to you and EHL. Audience, don't forget, you can put those questions in the Q&A feature at any point. You don't have to wait for a particular institution to present. Next up, I'd like to introduce to you the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Great, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Tanisha Young, and I'm a first-year admissions coordinator here at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. And I'm here just to share a little bit about UNC Wilmington, our location, our programs, and our people. I am a double alum of the institution, so I loved my time here at UNCW, so I can really connect with you more if you have further questions about what it's like being a student here at the institution. But for those, I always like to talk a little bit first about Wilmington, North Carolina, as some out-of-state students may not be familiar with the state or our city. So we are located on the southeastern tip of North Carolina in Wilmington, North Carolina. We are a beautiful beach town and a historic town. So we have 3 island beaches in Wilmington: Wrightsville Beach, which is our nearest to our beach to our campus location, which is just 15 minutes from campus. Also Carolina and Curry Beach, which are about 25 minutes from our institution. And then also just 15 minutes from UNCW is our historic downtown riverfront area that has hundreds of different restaurants, shopping, great nighttime life for students to partake in after classes and on the weekend, different famous gardens, and a lot of music venues for students to go to concerts. So a lot of great things that you can do in the Wilmington area specifically. To talk a little bit about UNCW, we are a mid-sized institution, so we are just about at 18,000 total students here at the institution. So it does provide you a great mid-sized feel, so large enough that we have a lot of different activities happening on campus, but really smaller in the academic setting. As you can see here, we do have an average class size of 27 and a student to faculty ratio 18:1. So our students really do have the opportunity to engage with the faculty who are the professionals in that subject or field that they're pursuing to really build those connections for different networking and internship opportunities down the line for your 4 years at UNCW. And as we are talking a little bit about hospitality and tourism specifically, as that may be something you're interested in, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Wilmington and some of the tourism that is offered in our city, which will really alleviate and allow opportunities for you outside the academic classroom to really partner with what you're learning in the classroom and how to actually have it hands-on outside of your internship responsibilities that you'll have throughout the degree. But with Wilmington, as mentioned, it is a historic town. We are designated as a tourist destination in the state of North Carolina. There's convention centers. We have Screen Gems filming studios located in Wilmington. So a lot of TV shows and movies are shot here. So we have a very wide spectrum of different tourism and hospitality that you can be engaged with, whether it be working with our museums and our historical region, working at our beaches, our hotels and resorts, or the downtown area with our battleship. So a lot of great opportunities for students here at the institution. To talk a little bit about the curriculum here at UNCW, our tourism degree is within our School of Health and Applied Human Sciences here at the university. But our degree really is comprehensive and it will prepare you for whatever next step is needed for you after you graduate, whatever you decide you want to do with your degree. So the learning outcomes of the degree really help you with creating your own business plan. If you want to open up your own tourism, we do have entrepreneurship as a minor as well that really complements this major. How to create your own budget, learning about different policies and procedures that you need to follow to provide the best customer service, as well as talking about the historical foundation of leisure service, which is really fun for our students to take a deeper dive into. Specifically within our major, we have the concentration of tourism, hospitality, and events. And this is where you'll specialize in those specific things such as hotel and lodging management, event planning. And as mentioned, with our degree, you are going to be required to have an internship. Your internship will be the last semester before you graduate, so that you'll be working full time basically while earning those academic credits through an internship possibility. These are just some of the internship agencies that we partner with. So you can see we have some across, of course, obviously in North Carolina, but we have some partnerships with Alaska, Red Point, and Chile. So you really can take your internship opportunities across the US or even abroad, really up to you and what you're interested in. This is just a couple photos about our students engaging with those applied learning, regardless of whatever major you're pursuing at UNCW. 100% of our students engage in some type of applied learning. So these are just experiences that will help you market yourself once you graduate from the institution. Just another overview of some of the numbers about our institution, a lot of different things you can get involved with on campus. We have over 300 clubs and organizations. We're a Division I athletic program. We offer up to 58 different majors. So if you decide tourism management isn't necessarily what you want to go into, our students don't declare their major until they are a sophomore. So you have plenty of time to kind of assist you. And this is just a quick review of some of the items that we look at in reference to your application cycle. The big thing that I want to notate is that we are test optional this application year, so it's not required for you to submit an application. And then we do have our first upcoming deadline of early action due November 1st. And lastly, as mentioned, my name is Tanisha Young. However, all of our students, depending on what state you reside in, will have a direct contact within our office. So for those who are from the far west, your direct contact in our office is Christopher Walls. So you can feel free to take a picture of this for his email and phone number, or you can take a picture of this QR code and just fill out this form to let us know that you attended this event today. And we do track demonstrated interest. So just continue to make contact with our office. And I appreciate you listening to me, and hopefully you will want to explore a little bit more about UNCW. Thank you.
Tanisha, thanks so much to you and the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you IE University, Spain. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Hola, hello everyone. My name is Micah Shrubman, and I'm here to talk to you about IE University in Spain, which is located in the beautiful country of Spain. I am the Associate Director for IE and located in one of our headquartered offices here in the United States in Los Angeles, California. I'm also an alum from the school, so happy to connect and talk to you about financial aid or your admissions application as well. Okay, so I always like to start with some of my favorite fun facts. I'm not going to read them all, but Spain is the second most visited country in the world, and it's the second biggest country in the EU. It has the third largest transportation system. It's super walkable, extremely safe. Some of the most Michelin stars or top 5 Michelin stars. So if you're a foodie or you love traveling, diversity, beaches, wine country, you name it, it's basically the California of Europe. So it's got great weather. So diving into IE itself, IE University has 2 campuses, which is quite unique in the same country. Our first campus was built in 1218 in the city of Segovia. Our campus is also protected by the United Nations. So you'll be doing a lot of research projects with them. And then our other location will be in Madrid, which is the capital of Spain. It's more of an urban, it's a big city. We have the first and only high-rise university in Madrid or in Europe, and then the 3rd tallest university in the world. So if you're somebody who would love to travel, loves culture, loves hearing different languages, or wants to learn Spanish, this would be a great school to go to. So IE has 5 different schools. We've got a business school, School of Human Science and Technology, Global and Public Affairs, Law, and Architecture Design. We are highly ranked. All of your degrees are globally recognized. So you really can go anywhere and work in any industry after IE University. We're ranked #1 in Spain, 7th in Europe, and 18th worldwide. And because we are so globally known, a lot of companies come to us and offer you all internships as well as recruit you before you graduate. And because of this, 95% of our students have a job within 6 months, and almost half of them have a job in a different country. IE's pillars, we were built on entrepreneurship. So we are #1 for entrepreneurship. We even have an incubator on campus. So think Shark Tank, investors will come and invest in our students' companies. You've got mentors that will also help you build your companies, and also just, the space for it. We are extremely practical. It's what we're known for. So again, just like many other European schools, you are going to learn by doing, and it's going to relate to the professional world. As well as technology and innovation. We incorporate virtual reality learning, AI learning in all of our classrooms. It's highly needed moving into the future, and understanding from the business side that sectors and industries will be disrupted, and how you can use your degrees for being okay in the future. I'll highlight humanities and sustainability, but I really want to highlight our global partnerships. Again, you can do internships, shadowing programs, mentoring programs with top companies and startups around the world. IE is one of the world's most international schools in mainland Europe. We have over 75% international students are coming from all over to study at IE. Over 140 nationalities make up the student body, but everything's taught in English. I myself didn't learn or have any Spanish in my background. I was able to move to Spain, no problem at all. We accept over 50 different education systems. So depending on the type of diploma that you are applying with, we will have minimum requirements. And we offer 4-year degrees for the single degrees, and then also 5-year dual degrees. The dual degrees, you will be graduating with 2 diplomas, and that will give you a lot more flexibility in terms of moving forward in the future. But at IE, regardless if you're studying business or communications or computer science and artificial intelligence, we really want you to build your own path. And the idea is to give you as many opportunities as possible to figure out what you're passionate about, or combine what you're studying with what you're passionate about. We do that through many different initiatives. One would be able to take electives outside of your major, as well as advanced seminars. An example of an advanced seminar would be something like cryptocurrency, peace, war, and conflict, learning how to brand yourself, whatever it may be. Of course, you can do an international exchange, so essentially study abroad while you're studying abroad, and they are at top universities globally. And then your third and your fourth year, we also offer paid internships in different countries. So that's something that you can absolutely do. And then we have for first and second year students, something called IEU labs, and those are on-campus internships with top companies in different sectors. So if you want to go into marketing, hospitality, tourism, sports management, whatever it may be, you can start adding that experience to your resume. We have an extremely vibrant campus life. We've got many, many clubs, everything from crypto to the Yes Theory to theater, you name it, we have it. We have accommodation for you. You'll be able to select those even before you move to Spain. We've got different styles. So depending on what lifestyle you want, if you want to live in a dorm or an apartment or even a host family, we can accommodate that for you. And we do offer financial aid and scholarship opportunities to all students that apply and get in. Here's just a small snapshot of the step-by-step process for the admissions application. We are on Common App. And again, I am here to help you. So, please do reach out. I will leave my contact in the chat. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much. And next up, you'll have the opportunity to hear from the Swiss Education Group in Switzerland. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Hi, so I'm Jasmine. I'm the California counselor at the Swiss Education Group. And we are a group of 4 schools in Switzerland, specializing in business, hospitality, and culinary arts. Something unique about us, this is actually one of our campuses, and it is called the Co-Palace because 100 years ago, this used to be what they called a palace hotel. It's a hotel where kings and queens and people like the Rockefellers and F. Scott Fitzgerald stayed when they vacationed in Switzerland. And now this could be where you study and where you live. It's a beautiful historic building up the Swiss Alps overlooking Lake Geneva over here. For those who haven't been to Switzerland, I know HL mentioned it briefly, but we are a super tiny country in the heart of Western Europe. So the primary languages spoken are French and German, although all of our classes are in English, so you don't have to worry if you don't speak either language. Switzerland itself is known for being super safe, very stable politically, socially, economically. It's also known for its high quality of life, so it's always at the top of lists of best places in the world to live or happiest countries in the world. And in terms of you might want to study hospitality and culinary specifically there, it is known as the birthplace of modern hospitality, and so because of its long tradition, its hospitality and hospitality education are still famous worldwide. And it does also have the highest density of Michelin star restaurants per capita, so a great place to study culinary arts. And then, of course, you can't forget the Swiss chocolate and cheese. As I mentioned at the start, we are a group of 4 schools. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the specifics of each school, but I will have contact information at the end, so please feel free to reach out for more details. We have 2 schools where you can learn more about business. So whether that is finance, marketing and luxury brand management, HR, franchise management, or senior living management, or international business, tourism, and entrepreneurship. We have a great culinary arts program where you can specialize in either culinary or chocolate and pastry or vegetarian culinary arts. And then finally, we have a program where you can specialize in hotel, events, or design management. And you get a lot of students who ask which school might be the best one. They are all great schools. All of them are ranked in the top 10 in this year's QS World University rankings in the hospitality and leisure management category. So it really is just about finding the right fit for you. I will, however, talk a little bit about the program structure itself, since it is quite different than most American schools you might be looking into. You are able to get your bachelor's degree in only 3 years. So the reason for that is we don't require general eds. You go directly into your major from your very first year. It is also quite an intensive program of study. In your first 2 years, you would study for the first half of the year. Second half of the year, we would send you out to do an internship and put everything into practice in the real world. Super important for us because it is so different working in a hotel versus just studying it in a school. And so these are just some of the places our students intern. Both internships are mandatory, they're paid, and as you can see here, they are very international. If there is a country you've always wanted to visit, our career coaches will work to find you an internship there. And while many students do choose to work at a 4 or 5-star hotel, we also get students who work in diverse areas ranging from banks to watchmakers to places like even the UN, or the International Basketball Federation. So again, our career coaches will work with you to find opportunities that best match your interests and your goals. After your 2 internships, you would come back to us for your final year of study, and then you would graduate with a double degree. So you'd receive the award from us as well as an American or a UK degree, depending on your program of study. So our American university partners are Washington State University and Northwood University. So you're able to finish your year early. You would already have 1 year of work experience, likely in 2 different countries. You would have a degree that is recognized worldwide, so you can always come back to the States to work or to continue your studies. And if you did want to go and get your master's degree, you could actually do that in 4 years total with us. So in the time it would take for you to graduate with your bachelor's in the US. A little bit about our programs. We really believe in learning by doing, even when you're in the class with us. So we work with a variety of industry leaders. Some of them are listed here. And so even when you're in the classroom, you have opportunities to participate in stock market competitions. Our students, they have hosted the opening gala for international wine tasting competitions. Our students have learned how to make their own artisanal soaps and honeys. And so it is really dynamic, lots of opportunities to not just learn from a classroom, but really put everything into practice in a real world setting. And one way we're able to do that is through the fact that all of our campuses are based in former hotels. So as you saw from the start, from one of the images of the schools, we really try to give you that 5-star hospitality experience while you're a student with us. So hopefully you can pass that on to your guests once you are working within the hospitality field. Schools are all quite small, so it really is a family atmosphere. You really get to know everyone, but being part of a larger network of schools means that you have access to the greater career opportunities and network of a larger institution, and we're super diverse. So our students come from all over the world. You will be able to make friends from all over. Career opportunities is a major reason a lot of students choose to come to us. For us, it isn't just about job placement. We really want to help you build and hopefully fast track your career. So 89% of our grads either have started their own business or hold management positions within 5 years of graduation. And I think that just speaks to the fact that they do graduate with a resume that stands out for most of their peers. We also connect students with international job opportunities. So if you're not quite ready to come back to the States after graduation, you can always continue your career abroad. Briefly for admissions, rolling admissions, we're not on Common App, although we do have an online application. We take a holistic approach, so we are test optional. And please feel free to reach out if you do have any questions. I will also leave my contact information at the very end. Thanks so much for listening.
Jasmine, thanks so much to you and the Swiss Education Group. Our final presentation tonight will be from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Megan, take it away whenever you're ready.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Megan Fayette, and I am the admission counselor for students over in the Inland Empire and also Greater LA. Though typically you would be hearing from Alexandra Liebman, she is our director of recruitment for the College of Hospitality. I will be sure to drop her email in the chat at the end of this presentation. So a little bit about UNLV. We are a large public state university. We have about 31,000 students here on campus. We're also quite a diverse institution. We continuously rank on US News and World Report's top 10 listing of the most diverse universities for undergraduate students. And we are currently in the #1 space. Here you can see our campus. We are located less than 1 mile from the Las Vegas Strip, and we have some pretty incredible views of the Las Vegas Strip right from our campus. So today I'm going to specifically speak about the Herrick College of Hospitality. Up here in the left corner, you see our new hospitality hall. It is absolutely beautiful inside and out. There is an entirely student-run coffee shop on the bottom floor, which is my favorite part about the building. So why should you study hospitality? Because it is a rapidly growing industry, not just in Vegas, but globally. You can learn transferable skills, meaning that, if you choose not to pursue a career in hospitality, it can definitely transfer into many different job areas. And you can take your career literally anywhere in the world with you. We are currently ranked #1 in the country for hospitality programs. We are extremely affordable. I will talk about the Louis Scholarship for California students in just a moment. And our location is unbeatable. We are literally in the epicenter of the industry. We only have one program in our college. It's the Bachelor of Science of Hospitality Management. Basically, it's a generalized overview of hospitality management, and then students can choose up to 2 concentrations within the program. The concentrations are event design and management, gaming management, meaning like casino and gambling, human resources management, hospitality beverage management, innovative restaurant management, and PGA golf management. So we also offer lots of opportunities for career development, lots of opportunities for work experience and internships. We do require our students to get 1,000 hours of internship experience while in the program, which we help students figure out along the way. Also, if you have a part-time job, like in a hotel or a restaurant, that can also count towards your hours. We have numerous job fairs and networking events to build your network, not just in Las Vegas, but even across the globe. And we have we have a really great industry mentor program. Our students get placed at really incredible institutions all across the world. For our admission requirements, we are looking to see that students have completed 13 core academic units. That's 4 of English, 3 of math, 3 of social science, and 3 of natural science. And then you just need one of the following, either a 3.0 weighted core GPA, or an 1120 SAT, or a 22 ACT. Any one of those. We are completely test optional. You would only need to submit the test scores if, for example, you didn't quite have that 3.0 weighted core GPA. For any transfer students, we're just looking for a 2.5 GPA in your transferable college credits. Our application is available now for next fall. It does open up every single year on August 1st. And you technically have until May 1st to submit your application. We do what's called rolling admissions, and it typically takes about 2 weeks to get a decision from us once we receive your transcripts. However, we have what's called priority consideration. That deadline is going to be November 15th, and I highly, highly recommend that you meet this deadline if you're looking to get the most amount of aid to go towards your college education. This is going to be priority consideration for a lot of our scholarships. So we are very Louis friendly. That is the Western Undergraduate Exchange Scholarship. Basically, it's the opportunity to just about cut your tuition and fees in half, bringing that under $13,000 a year. And then you can stack other scholarships on top of the Louis as well. You can also get the Louis all 4 years that you are a student. So for example, you could be considered for merit-based scholarships, which are awarded through the admissions office. The merit-based and the Louis do not have additional scholarships. You are automatically considered based upon meeting the priority consideration deadline of November 15th, and just based upon getting admitted into the college. For hospitality specific scholarships, we do have scholarships for new and returning students, but you do have to fill out an additional scholarship application to be considered for those. The deadline is typically December 31st for incoming freshmen. And last year we awarded $380,000 in scholarships. There are university and independent scholarships available, but you must apply directly. To learn more about these scholarship opportunities, you can head over to this link here. If you find your way over to the hospitality page on our website, it'll be on the left-hand side in the menu as well. All right, so if you are available to visit us for a virtual tour, you can go to unlv.edu/hospitality. Our campus is also open for in-person tours. So depending on where you are located in California, it could be about a 4 or 5 hour drive to head over. It's a really great location for students from California to come over to. We're just far enough away where you get your independence, but also close enough where you can go home on the weekends. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.
Megan, thank you so much to you and the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I'd now like to invite all of our panelists to turn back on their cameras, and we'll go round robin to answer some questions. The first question, and we'll start with you, Daniel, and continue in the order that you presented. What's one thing you'd like to students and families to remember about your institution?
We're not just hotels and restaurants. I think that applies to a lot of hospitality schools, but I would start off with that.
Tanisha, I think you're up
Sorry.
next.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm having issues. Oh, there we go. I would really say the best advice that I could give is really to make sure that you're asking questions and realize that we are a resource for you. So no matter what, that we're here to service you, and it's okay to email, to call multiple times, as we're going to be here for you in any capacity.
That would be me next, right? Something that I would want people to remember about my institution. Spain's an amazing place. It's really laid back. The culture is super warm, super friendly. So immersing yourself in that experience, I think, adds to the experience at IE University. But just the diversity factor, you're gonna be studying with people from all over the world, and that's just gonna make you much more open-minded, globally minded, and more mature moving forward.
For us at that Swiss Education Group, I'd say, come to us in Switzerland if you're looking for a really unique, immersive learning opportunity that'll prepare you for an international career, whether that is in hospitality or in almost any other field.
For UNLV, I just think that you can't beat the location. We are basically right off the Las Vegas Strip. It's the epicenter of the industry. And you can't beat the WUI scholarship, bringing tuition as low as it can be with the WUI, and then you can stack other scholarships on top of it.
So now I'm going to tap into your experience a little bit, and we'll go in that same order. What is one myth you'd like to debunk about either the college search process or the college admissions process in general?
I think that it's overly difficult or overly complicated. I think it's as complicated as you make it. If you do your due diligence, that helps out, but use us as resources. That's why people like us exist, to give you information that's not readily available. We connect you with alumni, with students. It's a way for you to really determine if it's a good fit, but use us. Don't be shy.
I would say, knowing that you have to know exactly what you want to do, it's definitely proactive to start thinking about the things that you enjoy as a person, what your long-term goal is. But college really is there for that exploration of what you want to do long-term. So there are going to be some schools that may ask you that you have to go into a specific major, or some that provide a little bit more flexibility, but really just as you maneuver through, take the opportunities to take classes that maybe of new interest of you that you've never taken before, and just spend this time, which it's dedicated to spend time of discovery. So just really take your time and don't feel pressured to have all the answers right now. We can all attest to, we did not have the answers when we were 17 or 18, and we probably discovered that through college. So just kind of keep that in the forefront throughout.
I would say, just because there's a lot of international schools here, that going internationally is expensive. It's really not. Once you're there, it's extremely affordable to travel. I can attest, I've spent like under $100 to go to different places all over Europe to stay with friends. And it's the best time. You're at a great age to, like Tanisha was saying, explore new things, check out new things. So definitely look at international offers or universities, because they are more affordable.
I think it just piggybacking off what Tanisha said, the fact that I think a lot of students think that what they major in has to be what they're going to do forever. And that's not the case. I mean, I'm sure so many of us here are doing something completely unrelated to what we majored in college. It really is about the experience you have. So if this is something, hospitality, something that interests you, even if you're not completely sure you want to be an hotelier in 30 years, it's okay to use this time to explore your interests, as long as you're just pursuing what lights you up.
I am also going to echo what Tanisha said. I think that knowing what you want to do with your whole life is a major concern for a lot of incoming freshmen, but it's really college's job to help you explore your interests. In our program, there's a bunch of different pathways that you can take within hospitality to help you explore what you really want to do with that career. I think what's really, really important is finding a college that's a good fit for you. That's where you're going to be the most successful, is where you feel like you fit in, where you feel like you belong, where you have that sense of belonging. You know, do the values of the institution align with your own? Does the lifestyle of this institution align with your own as well?
So within those myths, many of you are offering some tips, which is great, but what would be your best piece of advice to students in the college admissions process?
Do whatever the heck you want to do. Don't, it sounds terrible, don't listen to parents. At the end of the day, they're not going to school for you. You're going. What does the best 3 to 5 years of your life look like? And don't settle. Don't worry about where the heck your friends go, because I'm sure your Instagram feed will be a lot cooler if you're in Switzerland. Just throwing that out there. But figure out what you want, and then everything else kind of falls in place.
I would say give yourself grace. This can be a very hard process, especially if it's your first time, or your support system this may be the first time that they're assisting someone go through the college search process. So take it day by day. I know it can be overwhelming, but you're all right now, if you're in this session, you're doing everything that you need to do to really help prep yourself and keep your options open. So just continue to give yourself grace. It is a long process of finding colleges and applying to colleges and then getting in, and then all those next steps. So just take it day by day and just rely on your support system as much as possible.
Awesome. I would say in order to remain and stay organized with all the chaos and the choices is to create a Gmail and have a Google Drive and Excel, questions that you want to ask them, people that you can contact, you know, and to throw some shade at Daniel, TikTok looks great in Spain, so not Instagram.
I mean, there's already been so much great advice. I mean, if I was to add anything, I would say maybe just, this is a very stressful time of year for students. We know, and I would say maybe just trust in yourself, trust that you are doing everything you can and that things will work out, and just checking on your own mental health. This is maybe the biggest decision you've made so far, but it isn't the end of the world. You know, if you, this isn't going to be the one decision that will impact the rest of your life. So just, checking on your own mental health and as you go through this whole process.
Again, I just really think that finding your fit is really what is going to make you most successful. But also at the same time, in taking risks. When you step out of your comfort zone, that's where you're going to have the most growth. And, you know, if you take a chance on going somewhere that you think is absolutely insane, it's okay if you fail. You can always transfer to another school. It's okay. Everything is going to be fine.
And I would say take to heart what all of these fabulous professionals have told you, and they're real life people and they want to help you. And so don't be afraid to ask them questions and have some fun with this process. It's a really exciting time in your life and supposed to be transformative too. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. There'll be a quick 5-question survey on your way out. So we hope that you'll provide us with some feedback. Sign up for more sessions. There's still 2 more hours of this evening, and this will be recorded, or this was recorded, and it will be available at strivescan.com/COSI. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone, and have a great night. Bye-bye.